Hello friends, welcome to Tarunayas. So today we will be discussing daily current affairs of 5th of November 2022. So let's see what the news are. The first news is about the cheetah. We know that 8 African cheetah, they were translocated from Namibia to Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh, and recently there was a breeding program that is being conducted in the park so as to increase the population of cheetah. So the news is about that there have been speculation about the success of the breeding program in the cheetah that were flown from Namibia, and the forest officials, they are speculating the pregnancy of one cheetah named Asha. The source of the news is Indian Express. So let's talk about Asian cheetah. We will try to see the difference between the Asian and the African cheetah, and we would also see their status, and we will talk a little about the Kuno National Park. So Asian cheetah is basically, cheetahs are the flagship species of the grassland. In India, they were last seen in 1952, and Asian cheetah are extinct in India. What was the major reason for cheetah's extinction? The major reason for extinction of Asia cheetah were the pleasure hunting by the rulers of the princely state, by the British officials. So currently, only 12 individuals of Asian cheetah survive in India. It's an irony, and the living example of what human can do. So Asian cheetah, they are smaller and they are paler in color. They have more fur and they have a smaller head and a longer neck. They usually have red eyes. So if we compare the Asian cheetah with the African cheetah, Asian cheetah is a smaller. It is paler, it has got red eyes, and it has got a small head. That means its face is small. We would see the difference, and it is critically endangered in IUCN Red List. It is in the Appendix 1 of the CITES, and it is in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So let's look at African cheetah. Currently, there are approximately 6,500 to 7,000 African cheetah. They are present in wild, and they roam around the grasslands of Africa, that is the savanna. They're bigger in size. They're vulnerable in IUCN Red List. They are in Appendix 1 of CITE, and they are in Schedule 2 of the Wildlife Protection Act. So you can look at, this is the image of African and Asian cheetah. So if you look at the head of the African and head of the cheetah, then Asian cheetah is small. It has got the red eyes, and African cheetah is big, and Asian cheetah, it has more fur also, and it is paler in color if you can easily compare these two. So this is the larger picture. See, this is smaller and this is larger, and this is location of the Kuno National Park. This is the image of Madhya Pradesh. So let's talk about Kuno National Park a little. That it is located in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and it has a population of cheetal, which is a kind of a deer, the samba, which is also again deer, the nilgai, basically the wild bovine, the wild pig, that is boar, chinkara, which is another species of deer. Basically they are variety of deer, however we cannot call them as deer, just to compare and just to understand. Then there is a population of cattle. Currently, leopard and striped hyena, they are the only large carnivorous in the park, in Kuno National Park. So the next news is about the Vande Bharat. So why Vande Bharat have come into use? There have been many incidents where there is a accident of Vande Bharat, and it had got collided with the cattle population, and there it has happened many times on this Gandhinagar and Mumbai road. I have taken this news from the Indian Express. So since Vande Bharat is in news, we will see the special features of the train. Vande Bharat, this is the image of Vande Bharat, and it was also known as by the name Train 18. These are some of the important features of Vande Bharat. The first important feature, that it is indigenous. It is indigenously designed, it is indigenously manufactured. The second important feature, that it is semi-high speed. and it has been designed manufactured by the Integral Coach Factory in Chennai, and it is in India's first major attempt at adaptation of the train set technology. Train set technology, what is this train set technology means? If you look at the conventional train, the conventional rail of India, then there are coaches, there are coaches, but when we speak of the train set technology, there is one single train. For example, there is one single train. All right, there is no joint in this is one single train. So that's Vande Bharat, just like bullet train, just like bullet train, but it is semi high speed, but it is semi high speed. So Vande Bharat are easier to maintain, they consume less energy, and they have a flexibility in train operations. They are incorporated with passengers amenities such as CCTVs, GPS system. They have bio, this is not vaccine, this is vacuum, bio vacuum toilets, etc. They can achieve maximum speed of 160 km per hour, and they have an intelligent braking system. The third news of the day is about the Mauna Lao. And why Mauna Lao is in news? Basically, Mauna Lao is a volcano on the island of Hawaii, which is one of the states of United States of America, or one of the what? It is the 50th state and the newly included state. Not in recent times, but it was the last state that was included in the federation. I've taken this news from the Indian Express. So let's look at what this Mauna Lao volcano is. And basically, this Mauna Lao volcano is a shield volcano. It's a shield volcano. It is one of the 5 volcanoes that together make up the big island of Hawaii, which is located in the southernmost island of the archipelago, Hawaiian archipelago. So what does this archipelago means? Archipelago means when various islands are together, located in a space. They form archipelago. Mauna Lao, it last erupted 38 years ago, and since 1843 it has erupted 33 times. That means it was in news because there was some indication that Mauna Lao volcano could erupt. That means Mauna Lao is a active volcano. So there are different kinds of volcano. There are active, there are dormant, and there are extinct. In fact, dormant volcano have erupted many times. The India's only active volcano is the Barren Island. It's in Barren Island. The extinct volcanoes such as the Popa in Myanmar, it has become a lake now. It has become a caldera lake now. It has become a caldera lake now. So all this is part of geography, the physical geography, general studies paper 1. You can read it from either NCERT or any of the source material that you refer to. Now let's look at the volcanoes. The simple definition of the volcano, it's nothing, it's just an opening on the earth crust through which the gases and molten rocks, that is lava, ash, etc., steam, they emit out in the course of an eruption or as a result of eruption. What is important thing that is to be known about volcanoes, that they are extrusive landforms. That means they are above the land. Then there are intrusive landforms such as Betho Lake and Pacolate, Lapolate, etc., etc. So these are so there are extrusive landforms and there are intrusive landforms. The difference between the two can be seen from the NCERT or any other material that you refer to. This is the basic structure of volcano, that this is the magma chamber, and when the magma it erupts out, it takes this form of lava, and this is the vent out of which the magma it pops out, and this is the free flowing lava. So depending upon the silicon content, the viscosity of the lava flow is decided. If it is highly viscous, that means it has a high silicon content, and high silicon content also decreases the pH level. That means it becomes more acidic. So we have got the basic lava and we have got the acidic lava. All right. So these are some certain classifications of the lava depending upon their composition. Then there is a classification of lava depending upon their shape. So there are shield volcano, there are stratovolcano, and etc., etc. So then we have got the plug volcano, for example the Devil's Tower in the Wyoming, USA. So like this we have got different volcanoes. Then we have completely extinct volcanoes such as the Mount Fukuyama in Japan, etc. Then we have got Stromboli, which is also known as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean Sea, which keeps on erupting every now and then. The next news is about the gold mushroom combo to ease drug delivery. Now, what has happened? There is a variety. The Bodoland University collaborative work on fungus powdered, which is biosynthesized with the nanogold particles. They have earned the international patent. Now, one thing is to be noted that these nanogold particles, the nanoparticles or the nanomaterials. So the properties of nanoparticles, they become different from the original particle. So the gold when it's in its nano form, it differs from the physical properties as well as other chemical property that it exhibits or it displays. It differs from the properties that it displays when it is in its elemental form. So the property of gold in its nano form possesses certain medicinal properties such as antibacterial and antifungal properties. So the Bodoland University basically collaborated so as to infuse and biosynthesize the properties of this fungus by the name Cordyceps militaris and gold nanoparticles, so as to have, I have taken this news from the Hindu, and what is the purpose of this, and what is this the combination of the gold nanoparticle and the fungus. Basically, the nanoparticles, they have been derived from the Cordyceps militaris, which is a fungus, and the gold salts, and they could make the drug delivery in the human being more faster and surer. So therefore, in order to have more efficient drug delivery, the gold nanoparticles along with the medicinal property of the fungus is being used. So what is this Cordyceps militaris? Basically, it's a high value parasitic fungus that is grown in the lab. So you can look at the picture of this fungus. The gold salts they are ionic chemical compounds of gold which are generally used in the medicines. In fact, in the treatment of the cancer also the gold nanoparticles are used. So thus, in your general studies paper 3 science and technology, you have this topic by the name nanotechnology. So prepare it well, and you can contribute the current affairs from this portion as an application of the nanotechnology in the field of medicine or health sector. Now, what is the significance of this? The first point is that there is an efficient and surer penetrations in the cells. The fungus is better known for its medicinal properties. There is a biosynthesized nanogold particles which indicates a new application of nanoparticles in the development of therapeutic drugs. So this is a significance that because the fungus is known better for its medicinal properties, and also it is going to increase the efficiency of the drug delivery system, and it is going to make it more efficient and more surer. Now the next news of the day is about the Locus standi. Now why it has been news? The Ministry of External Affairs has stresses that no other country has the Locus standi to speak on the issue of Kashmir. Alright, so I have taken this news from the Hindu. So what is the meaning of Locus standi basically? Now you see that local standi is a legal term. In legal parlance, it is used that one has the right or the capacity or standing to bring a legal action. That means the citizens under Article 32, which is constitutional remedy, a fundamental right in Part 3rd of the Constitution, and Article 226, which empowers the High Court to issue the constitutional remedies or provide for the constitutional remedies for the fundamental rights as well as for other rights. So the local standi means that the aggrieved party can apply for relief either to the Supreme Court or to the High Court. In one of the judgments of Supreme Court is said that the citizen shall apply first to the High Court and then to the Supreme Court, right? So if I am not wrong, it will be the L. Chandan Kumar case in which the Supreme Court said that the first appeal should go to the High Court and then to the Supreme Court. However, the citizens of the country are empowered to directly appeal to the Supreme Court. So, on many occasions, in many of the cases, Supreme Court has diluted the principle of local standi, and this has brought into picture another concept in the legal parlance which is known as the public interest litigation. Now, public interest litigation has widened the scope of fundamental rights, and it has empowered the citizens of the country legally. So let's talk about what does this public interest litigation means. That means a litigation which will be filed in a court of law for the protection of the public interest. This is the image of Kapila Hingorani, who had pioneered the PIL, the concept of PIL in India. So if we look at the history of the PIL, then it was in the year 1979 that the Kapila Hingorani, who is a lawyer, she had filed a petition and had secured the release of almost 40,000 under trials from the Patna's jail in the famous Husainara Khatun case. Now she was a lawyer and she had filed in the Supreme Court before a bench which was led by the Justice P.N. Bhagwati, and she said, she is also known as the mother of PIL, and as a result of this successful case, the court permitted the Hingorani to pursue a case in which she had no personal locus standi. That means she herself was not an aggrieved party, and she had applied to the court for the relief on behalf of another party. So PIL has become a permanent fixture in the Indian jurisprudence. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching Tarun IAS. Have a nice day.